morning of May 14th, 2022, we would be stationed on the CSX Erie West subdivision near Buffalo, New York, awaiting for the arrival of Amtrak's Lakeshore Limited number 48. Here we have a CSX eastbound Intermodal approaching us. Here, 86-foot boxcars of Grand Trunk and Western, Norfolk Southern, and Conrail can be seen being moved around by the ex-Southern Buffalo Railway, which is now owned by the Buffalo and Pittsburgh Railroad, or the B&P.
Look who decided to show up to the party.
It's Aiden!
You awake?
No.
After Aiden's arrival, sneaking in just in time for Amtrak PO48, here it is approaching us, with a friendly engineer at the helm, with a beautiful sounding Nathan K5LA on the cab of GE P42DC number 121. After Amtrak, we have moved just right down the tracks over to the ex-South Buffalo Railway to see them switching with two of their SW1500s. B&P 1509 was originally built in June of 1970 for the Penn Central Railroad numbered 9226. It then went to Conrail and eventually the B&P afterwards. To our surprise, driving by the Tift Yard, B&P would be doing some switching with their ex-Conrail SW1501, number 10002. It was originally built in December of 1973 for the Reading Railway, numbered as 2623. It then eventually went to Conrail. And then was bought by the Genesee in Wyoming and has been obtained by the B&P since B&P is owned by the Genesee in Wyoming.
going foaming.
Now in Niagara Falls, New York, here we have CSX Y123 approaching us, pulling out of an industry with 3 CSX MP15's, the leader being an MP15T, while the other 2 are MP15 ACs. The conductor gets off the rear of the train to flip the switch and reverse backwards to continue their switching on another part of the spur. As you can see, there are cars further down the line. Moving down to a crossing, we would await for the train to depart to head back into their yard. They would pull up and then stop, and they would actually sit here for about a couple to a few hours doing completely nothing. After playing the waiting game, we would finally get our shots as the train would notch up and depart and move past us. Also, the leader 1218 features a classic Leslie RS5T, which is a rarity to hear among most railroads today. After capturing Y123 departing here, we would move to get the Amtrak Maple Leaf 63 with the bustling city in the background of Buffalo, New York. PO63 would feature one of Amtrak's Empire Service locomotive in the Phase 3B paint scheme. Amtrak locomotive GE P32AC-DM number 712, which was built in January of 1998.